When you go to Yum Cha, pork and prawn dumplings are probably one of the most popular things. So I thought I'd show you how I like to make them at home. So I've got some pork mince here. We'll place it into a bowl. And I've also got some prawns. So we place that in. And I think the prawns actually act like a binder. So when we start mixing this together, instead of adding flour or anything like that, that'll actually bind this really nicely so it sits in the wontons perfectly. So flavourings, I like to add 3 drops of sesame oil. Don't add too much sesame oil because it can overpower. I've also got a tablespoon of ketchup mayonnaise, which is a sweet soy sauce, and a tablespoon of soy sauce that has a little bit less salt because I don't want it to be too salty. I'll just measure that out carefully. So some ginger, and we'll just finely grate that. It's really important to finely grate this. Don't forget we're steaming this in a bamboo steamer, which I've already got on. And if you get a big chunk of it, it's not going to be really palatable at all. So all the same size, nice and fine. Get my knife and place that straight in. And I have some spring onions here, and again, really finely slice this. You can use some garlic chives, which really, really nice flavour in here too, or some just plain chives if you like, or some parsley. But I think with this, you just really need a little bit of that crunch in there, so it's important to add this. And some chilli. Optional, if you're making these for the kids, you might want to leave it out, but a little bit of heat is always quite nice, and it does go nicely with the pork and prawns. So I'll just probably put about half of that because I know this one's going to be a really hot chilli. And again, finely chop that. Great. Into the bowl. Now, using your hands, we've got to make sure we bind this really, really well. So just give that a good squish just to start binding, and then start mixing again. So you want that all to come together really nicely. So to make the wontons, really, really easy. So I've got these wonton skins here, and we just place one in the palm, and you can get these from any good Asian grocer. So we just place it in our palm like so, and I get about a tablespoon of our mixture here. We just place that right in the middle. And we don't want any air pockets in here. Although it's an open wonton, what I like to do is just bring around the sides, just like a little flower, and then press in that meat. So just like this. And there you have it. It's the perfect little wonton. That is the easiest one to do when you're making them at home. Okay, well, we're going to continue making these, and then we'll place them in the steamer, and they're going to take about 4 to 5 minutes to cook. We just want to make sure we cook that pork all the way through. So we put some water underneath the wok, and you see it's steaming nicely there. I've also placed a little bit of baking paper under here because I don't want them to stick. I want them to come out nice and easily. And all we do, place them in there all at the same time so they cook evenly. Place the lid back on, 4-5 minutes, and now I'll start my sauce. So the sauce is really, really easy. I have 1 teaspoon of palm sugar. You can use plain sugar if that's what you have at home. I've also got some salt-reduced soy sauce, and I'll have 2 tablespoons of that. And this is something a little bit interesting, some black vinegar. I love black vinegar. It goes so nicely with it because it's got a little bit of a tangy caramel flavour with it, and that'll go nicely with that pork and prawn mixture. And again, 2 tablespoons just to balance out that soy sauce. We'll give it a good mix, just to make sure that we dissolve all of that sugar in there. And this is just the way I like to present it. Just on a little plate like this, I place a little pool of that really nice vinegar sauce on the bottom. And just be careful when you're using steamers like this because you don't want to burn yourself. Always take it away from you like that. You'll be safe. And then you place these wontons. 1. So present that as an entree to your guests. They are going to be blown away. Or what I like to do, make a big batch of them, serve them on a platter, and of course lots of that vinegar sauce is to die for.